4 dogs and a cat that were bitten by ticks were found in Alberta with the bacteria that causes Lyme disease. The province says there haven't been any reported human cases of Lyme disease this year. Ticks usually feed and attach during the summer months. If you have any symptoms of Lyme disease, you are encouraged to go to a doctor as soon as possible.
If it's caught early, it's usually quite curable with simple antibiotics.
The disease is known for having a red circular rash starting at the bug bite, along with a fever, chills, headache, fatigue, and swollen lymph glands. And even though these animals have been diagnosed, it's not expected to become a huge problem for humans.
I don't think so. I don't think this is, you should get alarmed about it. It's usually very often sometimes a diagnosis of exclusion. It's just that we physicians are now alerted to it.
People are being advised to wear long sleeves and pants, along with the use of bug spray when going out for walks in wooded or long grass areas. The New Columbia Playhouse was filled with classic Broadway this week. A children's day camp took over the stage as they learned choreography, song, dance, and history of classic theatre productions. As Whitney Stinson reports, the kids were all eager to step onto the new stage and take their place in the spotlight.
That they got brains and money.
Shaylin Tabish is no stranger to the stage. She's been in dance classes most of her life, but Broadway has been a totally different medium for her.
I learned a lot about how to do the choreography in it and where you have to stand. Because in some places you might have to be angled because you can't turn your back to the stage.
I want you guys to go, ah!
This week she's found a passion for singing, something she thought she was interested in, but was able to really grab hold of it with the help of a vocal coach.
We got some really good musical talent here. Kind of, whether or not they know it, they've got the skills, and I'm really impressed actually because I was able to pull out some vocalists. I don't know if they knew that they had it.
What does royalty
Denver
have?
Budzilka found his favorite acting role yet in the character Gladius from the musical When in Rome.
He's kind of just like a peasant on the street, but then he sees the princess and he wants to be royalty, and he wants to meet the princess.
Give me all of this and I could be royalty. I could lead the masses. I could eat your fat lazy like the senator. Thank you.
He says he's better at acting and singing, but was happy to work on his dancing skills with the help of their choreographer.
You found a quarter on the street, so you can go pick it up.
She says Broadway isn't necessarily about dancing, singing, or acting, but about group coordination.
When you get a different group of kids together and they have to learn to work together in different situations and whatnot, and that's the main thing.
If you're on the edge of the stage singing your heart out, not only does it help build your own character, but it gives you people skills when you grow up too, that you feel comfortable talking in front of people.
20,000 slaves or so I've been told.
But while learning these larger life lessons, these kids had a blast.
Learning how to do all of them wrapped up in one.
It's probably the most amazing thing of your life.
First Broadway Theatre is still accepting kids for the August run of their camp. Whitney Stinson, UCAP News.
Well, you can take a trip down the Wild Rose Trail this weekend or travel back in time with the Classic Car Show. Light FM's Heather Clegus has all the details for this weekend's events.
You have a chance to discover some local artists this weekend if you follow the Wild Rose Trail. We're at Dawn's Interiors in downtown Lloydminster, one of the stops where you can see the display that they have of local artwork. This particular one is how different artists respond to water. It has works from Erica Morton, also Eleanor Shaw, just to name a few. There are other artist studios featured on the Wild Rose Trail this weekend, including Grace Allen's studio in Alcurve. If you'd like to get a map, all you have to do is stop by the Bar Colony Heritage Cultural Center. Things run tomorrow from 10 until 7. While you're exploring the Wild Rose Trail this weekend, in Vermilion, the folks with the Ag Society are gearing up for the fair. It starts this coming Thursday, 11 a.m. is when the parade will get underway. The midway will be open. They're going to have a magic show, plus plenty of live entertainment, including music from 6 West. Get set for the fair in Vermilion next week. This weekend, we're giving you a chance to win a copy of one of the soundtracks to the hottest movies of the summer, Cars 2. This album features brand new music from Brad Paisley, and you can get a copy really easy. All you have to do is email your name and daytime phone number to tvcontests@newcap.ca. We want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for hooking us up with the music. And you've got a chance to check out some cool vehicles this weekend as the Lloydminster Auto Club hosts a car show. Things get underway at noon right across from the Lloyd Mall. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Clegus, and that's what's happening.
Thank you, Shauna. Well, as we've all seen, weather conditions can change rapidly and constantly throughout the summer months. In this week's crop report, Shauna Roshak has an update on how some local crops are standing up to the recent wild weather across the region.
With the warmer temperatures and the recent storm that passed across our region earlier this week, there was some crop damage.
Started to see some wheat lodging, I've seen some hay crops laying down as well, some bud blast on some of the canola crops from the heat.
The effects of the storm were apparent in fields on both ends of the border city.
South of the city and some north of the city and east of the city, I guess, so a little bit of damage all over, varying degrees, but other than that, things look good.
In southern Saskatchewan, excess moisture on the ground has forced canola crops to not root properly, but Klimek says that's not the case for farmers locally.
We had good subsoil moisture, so the roots really reached down and grabbed that moisture and established themselves well and fought through the drought, so the roots are doing really well and holding those crops up.
July 31st is the deadline for the wheat board delivery contracts. If there are any issues, Klimek recommends farmers to contact their local elevator to make arrangements for their deliveries. Shauna Roshak, Newcap News.